All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All a bad bitch need is the money. I got bands in the...
So it's that time of the year where we like to disappoint ourselves. We say throughout the year, well, I'm going to lose weight, going to make more money, I'm going to spend more time with my family, I'm not going to fight as much with my significant other, I'm going to go for more walks. And then fast forward to that magical date of 1 January or January 1st, and we're super excited. And we're 3 or 4 days into our New Year's resolutions, only to find that often they don't happen. The thing about resolutions, goals, and for any of you new here, welcome to Kizzy Unfiltered. It's not just as simple as putting out into the world, creating a list, or taking that initial step to say, to state, to proclaim that you're going to make a change. It is way more than that. Hence why New Year's resolutions often are great for gyms, marketing companies, and other companies who are selling something that people are going to want to purchase 1 January, January 1st of every year. When it comes to our goals, we often will stick with them if there's this greater purpose. Like, for instance, with weight loss, you're going to be in a wedding. You are going back to your high school reunion. Going back, like, I guess you've been to 4 of them. I don't know. You're going to a high school reunion. You're working on your revenge body. There's some type of event. Maybe you are getting ready for a photo shoot or a role, or there's something that triggers it. And so then there's this end date. I have 6 months. That's the big date. And we're able to make that change. For changes, I've kept about 100 pounds or so. It fluctuates from like 50 to 100 plus off for several years, since probably, I have to think way back, y'all. I think it's like since 06, 07, something like that. So I understand that is rare. Most people who lose weight, and I'm speaking about weight because this is a very common New Year's resolution, but most people who lose weight gain it back and more within like a couple of years. So when it comes to especially weight loss goals or fitness goals or eating goals, there's that anchor, the anchor of the reunion, the revenge body, the role, the seeing a loved one, the what may have you, and we're able to do it. We're able to make that change, cut out bad food, the fried, and not using an air fryer because it's bad for you. You go into the gym, you hire a trainer, you're like in it. You're like, oh my gosh, I haven't been this fit since, I was 19 and a half. Like, you're just dedicated. And the big day comes, the reveal's there. It's amazing. And then cue the dun dun dun. Typically, you'll go right back to how things were. And you can fill in, exchange the word weight loss or fitness for anything. It could be money, it could be time, it could be travel, it could be whatever it is. Whenever it's anchored to a thing, we're likely to discontinue it because it hasn't become a habit. New Year's resolutions are simply just pie in the sky. The real goal is to form a habit That's what is hard. It's challenging. I know I have my weight loss goals, I have my eating goals, and this is hard. I'm not saying it because I want a pat on the back or anything like that. Just putting out there. Change is very difficult when there's no anchor. So then, what allows people like a David Goggins, or there's been numerous, I think of all like Jennifer Hudson and singers and actresses who were significantly overweight and they made these changes and now they're no longer. What has allowed these people, and there's many others, there could be your friend, your cousin, your neighbor, right? The person at your local Walgreens, CVS, HEB, Wegmans, Publix, Piggly Wiggly, that you notice, like, how did they do that? And they kept it off, right? What is it about these type of people? Often there's greater thing, this greater thing with them. And it could be never wanting to go back. Like David Goggins, for instance, he's all about being the best version of himself. I know the most about him because I profusely listen to his Audible. He has 2 books out. I just so admire David Goggins, and he's that person that you need to give you that pep talk that you didn't want. I mean, you may cry during the pep talk, but you need that pep talk, right? Again, this is Kizzy Unfiltered. I'm just keeping it real with you all. So it's that being a greater version of yourself, right? And you could say mindset. Some may say, well, they have a lot of money. Some of these people, they can hire a chef. I hired a chef once and I gained weight because not everybody has the same definition or view of healthy food. So let me just diffuse that myth right out the gate, y'all. And it wasn't even that expensive, right? In reality, that's for a whole nother Kizzy Unfiltered when I had a private chef for a few months. So there's lots of reasons you could throw out there, lots of them. But here's something to ponder. We don't really talk about this. And I know I experienced this when I first lost weight, and it's something I'm still on a journey with today. And that is when you make the change, you are now no longer part of that group. Let me put some color around that, because you may think to yourself, what's Kizzy talking about? Why is she beating around the bushes here? Let's just get straight to it. So people know us a certain way. Could be you're the party person, or the person that loves to eat desserts with people, or you're the one that loves to spend or pay for everybody's stuff, or maybe you're the one that everybody goes to all hours of the day because you're really codependent. Who knows? But at the end of the day, we're all known for something. We're all known for it. It's how we are defined by others. Whether you agree or disagree with it, at some level, there's some truth in there. Psychologists have talked about the view of yourself, the view that others have about you, and then kind of the intersection is like this true view, this true, projection of who you are. So when you change, it messes everything up, y'all, for everybody else. Because again, there's no anchor, because we expect it. Oh my gosh, wow, you look so amazing on your wedding day, right? It's like reinforcing that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We went to school together. I don't remember you. Who are you again? Got it. Oh, you cut your hair, you broke up with your husband, you got divorced, so you broke up with your whomever. Wow, look at you now. You look so good. Right? We expect that. But when you decide to really follow through and you want to turn this resolution into a revolution, into real change, that's when those around you get freaked out because it's a mirror. It's a mirror because they're not doing it. And who you have been to them, the role that you play or have played, is now all messed up. So, for instance, when I became sober, I have 9 years of sobriety, going on 10. It's crazy. People would say the most ridiculous things. So what are you gonna do when you go to the bar? Like, who am I gonna drink with? I don't want to drink alone. I giggle because I'm an alcoholic. I got a problem and you're worried about you? Really? 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 That doesn't make any sense because it's a mirror. Because clearly, let's be real. If I'm an alcoholic, and more than likely, if I was drinking regularly with you, chances are you were probably an alcoholic too. So, it made sense. At the time, it was very jarring. And this will happen, especially for those of you who start to lose weight. People are like, oh, you're so skinny. You need to eat more. I liked you before. I liked you the size you were before. And they say all these ridiculous, dumb, and rude, cunning comments because it's a reflection upon them. So as you go through your revolution, don't feed into this negative talk from people around you. It's about you realizing that you must move on to different groups. And that part's scary. It can be scary. I think it's scary because it's comfortable fitting that role, being that person, being around those people that we know. It's so comfortable. So then when you go from, oh, you're the person who loves eating cake, and now you got your, I call it Tupac Shakur, you got your Tupac Shakur going on, and all of your new friends are like fit and got six packs and they have kids and a man or whoever they dating and they look fine, and none of your friends with kids and a man look like these people. It's a little jarring because then you become conflicted. Well, I didn't want to change. I still want to be friends with Betty. Yeah, but Betty wants you eating cake and fat. Is that really a friend? That's the other part of this. Is you'll really see how people really think about you when you go through this revolution, especially with food. The reason I emphasize food is from my own journey and because it's something that's so in your face. It's everywhere. It's so easy to get something unhealthy. I challenge y'all, where you gonna go get salad? Like a good salad with like something in it beside lettuce. Please tell me where. McDonald's? I mean, you could. I'm sure they probably have a salad that's decent. I don't know. I don't eat at McDonald's much. It's hard. So then when we're out with friends or family, or, oh, I don't have much time, Kizzy. See, you don't understand. I have a family of 4. I just got to get Taco Bell. Okay, sure. I don't remember them getting Taco Bell in like 1957. He could be like, well, they didn't really have Taco Bell because they made do with what they had. And I also get that food is engineered differently today. Oh, I understand that. That's for a whole nother. Kizzy Unfiltered, like, subscribe. Don't forget to share, y'all. Follow, review. But at the end of the day, it's about the revolution that you want. Because that anchor point will only get you there. To create a new habit and to take the resolutions and to turn them into a revolution and have permanent, long lasting change, it takes an entire shift. That's why I call it a revolution. It may be a shift in who you spend time with, who you no longer spend time with, where you shop, how you dress. And there's always going to be this in your ear. There's always going to be, like the Peanuts teacher. Womp, womp, womp. There's always going to be that because you're disrupting. You're disrupting those around you who have become lazy, complacent, or they are that person in the role. Maybe they're the pretty one, or the thin one, or the fit one, or I can eat 8 rounds of Burger King, McDonald's, and Taco Bell and never gain a pound, and they've been the same weight since they were 12. Well, now here you are, and everybody's like, ooh, look at you. It's disrupting. But guess what? The only person you can ever control in your life is yourself. So it doesn't matter about them. And especially if you have a partner. If your partner is not supportive of you, I mean, that's a sign. Look, I'm not trying to push y'all for divorce or anything. I'm not trying to say that. It's just, these are signs. Excuse me. I found that the vast majority of people who have been the most supportive of me throughout my revolutions are typically strangers. The people who see me at the gym or have seen me out and they're like, oh, wow, you know, I can tell you're working out a lot, or it looks like you lost weight. Not really friends and family, because they want me to be the same person, because it's frightening and scary. But it's important to rise up above that, because if not, then you're not going to change and you're not going to be the best version of yourself. And when you have people like a David Goggins and others out there who are just doing tremendous things as human beings, it's not because he's so special. It's because he does it. That's it. There's no difference. Doesn't mean you have to run an ultra marathon. Doesn't mean you have to participate in a bike race where you ride like, I think, 435 miles. You don't have to do any of that. But you can make those small changes leading to big changes and cutting out those naysayers. Because they're always going to be there all the time. Even 5 years from when you first start your revolution, you're still going to be that person. You remember when you ate the 2 cakes? And I mean, people who bring up the past and things that just don't really serve us are definitely not people who are fighting in our corner. Those are definitely people trying to pull you down. Because there's only 2 things that people can do. They can either raise and rise up to join you, or they can pull you down. I mean, they can stay neutral, maybe 3, y'all. I mean, they can stay where they are while you like go up into the stratosphere. But typically, they're going to want to pull you down because they can no longer see you. They're looking up, it's like a balloon. Don't do this though, because it's not good for the environment. I'm just giving an example. But you've seen it where like a balloon goes off into the sky and you're like, oh my gosh, the balloon. And then you look and then you can't even see the balloon anymore. Y'all know this is true. Y'all have experiences before, once at least in your life. Okay. And the same is true for this. Those around us are like, dang, Brenda way up there. We can't even see her. Damn, Juan way up there. For the rare few, you'll be an inspiration. But for those around you, you'll be a threat. So it's about how you handle it. And at the end of the day, you more than deserve this. And you more than deserve to be around the people who rise with you, the people who support you and cheer you on. And while I'm telling you now, it's not going to be the people you want it to be. And you're going to, if you're listening to this, you're going to be like, Kizzy, you crazy. My mama going to support me. No, she ain't. She's not. I mean, you can pretend like she is. I mean, let me know in the comments. I could be wrong. I'm not, though. I mean, does that mean I'm always right? Oh, goodness, no. If I was always right, y'all, we would be sharing and winning numbers. And especially with the lottos going to $1 billion, who would have known this? My goodness, I feel like I need to be a professional lotto player. I mean, is that an occupation I can maybe sign up for? So accept the people who do support you, which is me and others like me. We're here for you because it's about being the best version of you. It's easy to be lazy. It's easy to be mediocre. It's easy to have excuses. We all have excuses. It's hard, y'all, to have our own revolution. That's why it's a revolution. But you can do it. Think back to the most difficult thing you've ever experienced in your life. And you got through it. And you did something to get through it. Remind yourself of how you're able to get through that. You're going to get through this and change, make things a habit. So I love and adore every single one of you. Please like, please subscribe, please share, please comment here on Amazing Kizzy Unfiltered. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. And I'm here to support you during your revolution, whatever your desires are. If it's not weight, maybe it's, who knows what it is, only you know. Maybe it's to make more money. Maybe it's to find a better partner in life. Maybe it's to buy that dream house. Maybe you want a new career. Maybe you hate your job and you want to step out on faith and be an artist. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What matters is you are leading the revolution. And there's a lot of other people out there who will and want to support you. Accept it. Accept, accept, accept. So with that, thank you all so much. Like, subscribe, follow, share. Kizzy Unfiltered.
Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient NASET. NASET increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from www.salvationnutra.com.